My name is Ronald Fred Sequestin, and I am here to present to you my scoring model I use to evaluate two Enterprise 2.0 systems, namely Joomla and Drupal. As I am recording this, the Joomla version that I'm using is 3.9.12-0 and my Drupal version is 8.7.7. So, in my documentation, I mentioned these criteria whilst evaluating my Enterprise 2 systems. When you talk about performance, it's basically how fast each page loads, and Drupal is the clear winner over there. The ease of use is how simply the user can navigate around the system itself without need of any further education. Joomla was a better choice for that one. Customization, that's in terms of creating the site to their liking, changing the look and feel to what they want. Drupal achieved that way better than Joomla did. For support, we're basically talking about the community itself. In case a user gets in trouble whilst they're using the system itself, they should be able to access a community that will help them answer the questions to their problems. Collaboration, basically we're talking about the individuals working together to achieve a certain goal on the site that they're working on. Joomla had a better collaborative interface as compared to Drupal. Communication is basically a necessity in both of these enterprise systems. This is where the users will be able to leave each other notes, share documentation, and basically talk about on the next task in the site itself, the system itself. Security is one of the main things that is needed for each of these systems, for each of these enterprise 2 systems. And Drupal does it way better than Joomla does. Then we have migration. This is the transferring of the site created from this platform from pardon me. Migration is all about taking the site that has been created on this machine and transferring it into another machine. Joomla has better support for this because Drupal had a cost if a user decided to migrate the site from one machine to another. Finally, we have SEO, which is known as search engine optimization. It is how quick the browser is able to pick up the site that the users are working on. Drupal had a way better SEO as compared to Joomla, because Joomla you have to configure it yourself. And now I explain on my weight. This is the weight that I've been using in my scoring model. Each percentage leading to 100. So you can see that the main priority is security. That's the main weight. That's the main criteria in this scoring model, followed by collaboration, ease of use, and customization as the second priority. Then comes the 10% shared between performance and communication, and then the 5s of support, migration, and SEO. Each of these Enterprise 2.0 systems has a range of points that was given to each, scaling from 10 to 50. 10 meaning poor and 50 meaning excellent. That's how the range is going. And each of these were graded with a total. I explained on the total that it has been calculated by this formula that you see up here in this formula text box in Excel. So it's basically a sum of the percentage multiplied by the points given to each Enterprise 2 systems. As you can see, for example, in Joomla's evaluation to come up with the total, 10% of 40 is going to be added to 15% of 40, and then this goes onwards to the end to come up with the total. The same follows for the total in for Drupal. You can see that it's taking the weight itself and multiplying by the points for each criteria to come up with the total, which is 42. And by views by the total, Drupal is a clear winner. Based on the totals, this is the percentage of how much Joomla overcame. This is the percentage of how much Drupal overcame Joomla over here. Why I use Excel? It is easier to express the graphs of what you are evaluating. In this sense, you can see that each criteria has bars of both Enterprise 2 systems and showing how much they performed in each criteria significantly. So by a personal eye and on my perspective, you can see that in terms of the bars, in each of these criteria here, Drupal was more favorable than Joomla in almost all the criteria. This marks the end of my presentation on the scoring model. Thank you.